we didn't play together tonight. Really felt, as I was just saying, just felt like we were three different units out there, not all representing Oklahoma together. I thought our guys on defense came out and first quarter they created some momentum, some good things offensively. The first quarter or so didn't play very well. Then the second quarter we were kind of on our heels a little bit defensively, gave up a 50-yard run, a 38-yard pass for a touchdown. Uh, Offense got it a decent rhythm going there in the had two back-to-back drives where we scored a touchdown and a field goal. So when the offense was good, the defense wasn't very good. We were just okay, and not our best night on defense for sure. We've been playing really good football on defense the last several weeks, the last half of the season, and tonight we weren't. Obviously, the kickoff return for a touchdown was huge. But we go into half. We had a 14-10 lead there in the first half, and we go into the halftime, and we have a touchdown deficit, and getting the ball coming out, and again we end up punting after 6 plays, and then on defense. Just a backbreaker drive, gave up a 90-yard drive there coming off their own goal line. Let them convert a couple of third downs, didn't tackle great. Leverage, thought they blocked us on the perimeter. We were a little soft on the perimeter in some of their screen run RPO game. They got into a good rhythm on offense, and we couldn't ever get in a good rhythm in really in any phase tonight. And they did what they needed to do, and it just wasn't our night.
Brent, did the kickoff return just take all the momentum from your team? I mean, after that, secondary didn't really cover, and you guys never got back in the
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that was a really big play. But again, like I said, we went into halftime at a touchdown down. We had a 14-10 lead there, in the first half, and plenty of opportunities. We got them to third down. So we played good on first down, second down. We got them to third and long a couple times, and um, they were in good calls, and we just they out executed us. We got physical at the point of attack a couple times, and sometimes they're just better than you are too. It's easy to blame it on us or our guys, but I thought that they played well together as a football team and field position, special teams plays. They created. I think we gave up 17, or we gave up 7 plays of 15 yards or more. Three explosives. We've been pretty good at all season. A year ago we were terrible at explosive plays, and this year we've been night and day better. And tonight, and we knew that this is the team that could throw the ball vertically down the field, man, and put it right on the money. And in the first, one of their touchdowns there in the, where they throw it on Bowen's side, we're turned the wrong way, and we got to do a better job putting them in a better position there. We look turns back through the receiver, they put it in a great spot, and it was just the night. We couldn't create any really good momentum together as a football team, and LSU did.
Brent, do you feel like they handled the success from last week for beating Alabama and all the
Yeah,
emotion senior night, the
yeah,
week of practice and preparation?
yeah. No, it was really good. I told them I wish I could say I told you so. Like, we had crappy practices, we didn't put in the extra time, or we weren't invested. We didn't have a passion, intensity about us all week or even today. But that wasn't it. I think that would be just too easy to blame it on that. I thought our guys, our leadership did a great job. Our coaches did a really good job, and we just couldn't put it together tonight.
Hey, Brent, when you talk about explosive plays, they had, if you want to count the kickoff return, they had 5 home runs.
Yeah.
And you had 1 or 2. How hard is it to win a game?
Yeah, you can.
When it's that big of a discrepancy.
Yeah, no, you can't do that and expect to beat anybody with a pulse. And our margin for error was razor thin anyway. And when you're doing the things that you can't do in order to win, and again in a 5 of them, like you say there, it's a lot to overcome. And right now we're not good enough to be able to overcome that.
And when I say that, I don't mean necessarily drop, to zero on defense. You need to raise your offensive explosive plays. It seems.
Yeah, no, obviously you got to, from I think the rushing numbers, I don't know what they were, but they're probably close, similar. But their ability to convert on third down and their explosive plays was, and obviously the kickoff return was huge. Our inability to get off the field, find a way again, play to our level of defense, our standards on defense, and we're just off tonight. And they were on, and it's just a lot to overcome.
I
How
know
were you
your
able
focus
to
has
block
been on
Alabama well, but tonight it just seemed physically it wasn't near the same, especially with your offense.
Yeah, again, every week's a little bit different. Some of it's some of their structure, not that it's earth-shattering difference, but the things that worked last week, maybe early, they weren't working quite as well, and uh, not everything's the same. And what you think that you can get in there, obviously, nothing was very good tonight, so we can do a better job, as well, as a staff.
Brent, the double pass to Bauer, was that a play call that you guys felt pretty good about beforehand, and what happened on yesterday?
Yeah, just again on film study, on some of the perimeter screens, they were over pursuing from the backside, and going into the game, so we thought we'd have a chance on that. And obviously initially it was there, then the DN comes back. I think it was their DN, that might have been an outside linebacker. He floats back with the quarterback there, and so obviously not a good time to do it. Didn't work, so it's not any good. Bad idea, and poor execution, as well.
Brent, I know your focus has been on LSU and before that Alabama and so on and so forth. Big picture, regular season's over, 12 games in the books. How do you get the program better? How do you raise that standard or reach that standard that you guys have set?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's everything. I do know without question that there's a bunch of guys on both sides of the ball that made improvement here this back half of the season. We've talked about that a lot. And so continue to do those things. We'll be practicing for the next several weeks, and with the idea that we're going to improve the football team, fundamentally through hard work. That's where the progress is going to come from. Putting your head down and going right back to work, doing the things that we need to do in order to improve. Just a daily focus of getting better. Obviously we're going to, in the next few days or so, we'll hire a new a coach on offense and kind of get that sorted out. I think that's important as well. And then we got signing day in a few days, and the transfer portal is going to open up, and we'll be like about everybody in the country, where there's going to be some real change, and some of it is by design, and some of it will be a surprise. That's the world we live in. It's open-ended free agency. So, so we've been working for this moment for the last several months in anticipation of the signing period and the transfer portal opening up, and have a good evaluation of where we're at. That's been a constant evaluation during the course of the season, to identify the places from a roster standpoint that we need to improve and get better as well.
Brent, in the next 7 days, do you think this would be probably the craziest of your coaching career, with an offensive coordinator, with the signing day, and a transfer portal? And just how important will these 7 days be for the future of the program?
Yeah, I mean, crazy. I don't know if I would use that word, because it's pretty well defined, and there's a lot of structure to it. There's a lot of careful planning that goes into the things that you just talked about. We've worked over, for almost 2 years with the signing class, and really incredibly excited about the guys that we're going to sign this next week, and feel like they'll be able to have a great opportunity to come in and help make us better right away. Again, for the last couple of months, been working on finding the right fit for us from a coaching standpoint, and feel that we're going to be in a great position, a strong position to make us better with that hire. So feel really good about that. And again, as I've talked about, and again, the last month we improved in lots of areas on offense, and lots of players made improvement. The defense is in a much better position than what we were certainly 2 years ago and even a year ago. Where we made dramatic improvement a year ago, we made another huge step in every area on defense as well this year. So I love the foundation, the body of work that these guys have put forth, the challenge in a really challenging season from a schedule standpoint as well. And again, I know we gave up a 100-yard kickoff return tonight, but our special teams has been a real weapon for us. Field position has been excellent. We improved probably 90 plus spots in about every area, on special teams and special teams efficiency. So foundationally, and again, a lot to be disappointed at the end of the day, being disappointed in being 6-5. That's, far below our standards. And so we got a lot of work to do, and I got a lot of, once we get some of these big decisions and moments, things on our schedule here out of the way, go back and look at every area of our program where we need to be better. And certainly there's there'll be nothing that we won't look at and evaluate that we need to be better than what we were this year.
Brent, on defense, where do you feel like is the biggest step that still needs to happen on that side of the ball?
I would say probably to continue to improve our secondary, but we made tremendous improvement. I mean, I'm not talking about like moved up 8 spots. We moved up in every area on defense, 20 plus spots, and that's saying a lot. And again, I just mentioned the secondary, but we moved up 50 plus spots in our pass coverage going into this weekend. And so I want to recognize that as well. But there's not an area that when we want to be the best in college football, and that's been our focus. That's been the vision, and we're making the incremental improvement. Again, we were it didn't fall apart in a season on defense. It was a decade of not doing the things that you need to do in order to have an elite defense, and so it's not going to just flip the script, and go from where we were to top 5 in the country. But we did make a tremendous improvement there, but every single area, we expect it to be better than what we were even this year.
You talk
Last
about
question.
big picture, and there's been a lot of guys transferring just right after the games ended here this week. Do y'all have a pretty good idea of how you're going to move forward roster-wise, or is that something you're going to sit down as a staff with it being just such a tight window with the transfers?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a tight window for the transfers, actually. They still got a big window. But we've been planning for this for the last several months. So I won't be surprised with anything, knowing that there are going to be a few surprises. I expect there to be. And I'm okay with that. I'm not going to not allow it to happen. I mean, that's gonna happen, but we'll be prepared to respond and fill the gaps when we need to. That's the beauty of it. It goes both ways.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. We need to clear the